Hindenburg strikes again.
Donkeys. Fucking donkeys.
First of all, if I am a known short seller, the last thing I'm doing right now is putting a fucking target on my back.
Yeah.
Given the way that Wall Street Bets and the Reddit crowd is like seeking these people out, the last thing you want to do is go after a high profile name like DraftKings and then poo-poo all over them. So what happened today was that DraftKings got hammered by Hindenburg. Basically, they're alleging that there's black market operations that are going on with DraftKings. No real physical evidence that this is actual fact. They're just basically swaying people to think that this was a thing. The stock dropped nearly 11%, almost 11% in pre-market. It actually has clawed its way back, and it's only down around 4% right now.
Yeah.
To me, in my opinion, a lot of the allegations they put into this was complete BS. I'd be curious to see how this all plays out. And to me, like, I would, it looks as if that's probably what's happening. I was looking on Swaggy Stocks, and you could see that DraftKings was already creeping its way to the top as the most talked about stock in Reddit.
I think the one thing to be careful of is we've talked about looking at two situations that are similar in one variable and conflating it with something else. And we talked about when Clover went off and looking at Rocket, and everybody was like, oh, it's going to be Rocket. Like, no, there's two different situations. And I think I heard some rumblings about, oh, this is going to be like Clover when Hindenburg came out with Clover article. And the reality is there are two very different situations.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that because the difference, I think this was a horrible target for Hindenburg. And the reason why, there's a couple of reasons why. Sort of the mainstream resonance. It's got a loyal following. It's got strong brand. Clover had just went public, but wasn't really known. And so one of the things that that struck me was, why would you pick a target that is so popular? And we haven't even really liked DraftKings, to be honest. We haven't thought they were best in class.
No, we preferred Penn.
But I understand why people liked it. So you have sort of the brand awareness, which makes it a likely target for Swaggy Stocks and for the Reddit community. You also have a very popular institutional investor by way of Kathy Wood and ARK Invest, who loves this stock. And so I'm like, shit, you might see them doubling down on this. And if they do that, it's going to get other people hype as well. And so I feel like, and then you have an industry that's hot as well in online betting. It seems like a horrible it seems like a horrible target if you're Hindenburg. And so Clover was different. They didn't have the brand awareness. Nobody really knew about them. They were recently public, but there wasn't any loyalty behind it. And they didn't have the big institutional backing. And so they were ripe to get their ass beat down.
Right.
And so we still loved it, but nobody knew about it. Everybody knows about DraftKings. And so Hindenburg, I think you made a tragic misstep. And you're right. They've kind of floated under the radar. If Reddit gets a hold of Hindenburg, they're done.
Yeah.
Like, if they get their claws sunk into that, they're done. They'll go after everything they try to put an article on or a hit piece on.
Like the accusations are weird. Like so DraftKings merged with SB Tech, which I guess apparently had some. There was rumblings. There was no actual proof of this, of black market gaming and money laundering and organized crime. And this is the angle that Hindenburg is taking. And like, I don't know, man. Yeah, they got balls. Now I will say that in the past, leading up to the Wall Street crowd, the Wall Street Bets crowd, Hindenburg will come in and actually, decimate a stock, and it really usually ended up falling through. Like they would come up with a hit piece, and it would work for them almost every single time. Yeah. This time it just feels like it could be way different. I mean, they came out and put a hit piece out on Clover, and then disclosed that they weren't short. This one they are. They came out and said that they are short on this position, and then gave the reasons as to why. And along came the accusations of money laundering and organized crime and shit. So I don't know, man. Like, I agree. This seems like they could get wrecked. Yeah, they could really get wrecked.
And I think we're going to see in the next couple of days. I think we're going to see it picking up steam, and it wouldn't surprise me because this is exactly what Reddit looks for.